Oh, buddy. That's right, you're listening again, once again, because this is the second episode, to the GizzVerse podcast.
Yes,
welcome,
baby.
Everybody. A podcast completely dedicated to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard universe.
And our beautiful fans are the fans that are King Gizzard. We love this. This is what we are, man.
That's half the universe, man. That's half the universe, bro. The band just created it. The fans sustain it. All right? That's my theory behind it.
That's deep, man.
It is. That's what I said at the last one, dude.
Did you
I
say
opened
that?
up with the podcast. Dude, you don't even listen to me. This is half the problem, Brian.
What did you say?
Hey, guys. What? Hey, guys. My name is Tommy O'Neill.
Hi, Brian Cintron.
That's right. My good buddy back there over in Orlando, Florida.
Aye.
I'm over here in the LA studio, Los Angeles, California.
Yep.
Big shout out to Orlando Studios for letting us use their facilities once again to record this fun podcast.
Thanks, y'all.
That we bring to you guys. All right. So as discussed in the last podcast, today we are breaking down the latest album from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Polygondwanaland.
Polygondwanaland. Ow!
Oh, I see the fourth color. I don't know about you, Brian.
Spooky, brother.
Dude, it's the fourth album of the 5 albums that they're supposedly going to release this year. Everybody's been chit-chatting about what the 5th album's going to look like already. And we just got Polygondwanaland. You know, everyone's already kind of like, all right, well, what's next?
We're so
It's
spoiled.
a weird one.
We're
Dude,
so
it
damn
is.
spoiled
And you know
as
why?
fans,
I think
man.
it's because it was free. It was absolutely free, and the fans maybe forget about that gloriousness, which is how crazy the band released this album 100% free, gave it to the fans, for the fans, by the fans, and we're just like, hey, do with this as you will. How dope is that?
King Gizzard making millennials not lazy since 2011. You know what I mean? Keeping us on
real.
our toes so much that we even started a podcast for these guys, how much we love them. Making sure there's never a dull moment, and we love you for it.
They really, I think they do inspire creativity and artists on all levels. It's not just, musicians, because they show you how good. I mean, this band is epically prolific. They are absolutely amazing. They're putting out album content in the same way that they did in the 60s, when bands had to put out hit after hit after hit after hit just to stay alive. They're doing that same amount of work, and they've proven it this year. Polygondwanaland, one of the greatest albums that King Gizzard has released from, I think, their whole set. Microtonal was released, then you got Murder of the Universe, Sketches after that. Now we're Polygondwanaland, kind of a meld of sketches, if you're asking me. You can feel some like a little bit of traces, if you will, from that album tossed onto this album.
Okay, I can see
What
some
do
of
you
that.
think?
Okay, yeah,
Right?
I can see, because it's got this newest album definitely has a little like kind of jazzy, old
definitely has the
kind of
jazz
vibe
feel.
for sure. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, the percussion absolutely has the jazzier feel. I think all the songs connect, besides Crumbling Castles, which we'll talk about a little more later on. Most of the songs on the album definitely coincide with one another. They blend right in. It's kind of, to me, it's almost a less aggressive Nonagon Infinity, which is my favorite album that they've ever done, and I think lyrically matches it and also musically matches it. It's just a less intense. It's more of that jazzy feel. It's like Sketches made a baby with Nonagon Infinity.
That sounds adorable. I love that baby.
It does sound adorable, and I do love that baby. Polygondwanaland is an adorable, adorable little baby.
So cute.
That's so cute. I do think lyrically it's their best album.
Yeah, so like you said, I feel like it kind of matches. So let's see. It's like a lyrically more intense version of Nonagon Infinity, but with the music being a little more mild. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's like a great little ditty they did there, for sure.
It is. It's a good balance, because sometimes it can be difficult, even in Nonagon, to know what they're saying unless you're reading the lyrics. Even though that is kind of hard in this album too, because Stu's choice to kind of low sing all the songs is unique to this album. That doesn't always happen. He's kind of almost whispering in most of the songs on this album.
Yeah. I can see that. It definitely has a vocally more mild approach than, let's say, I don't know, Murder of the Universe, perhaps.
Right. And it's a lot less heavy tones vocally and a lot more chill. I definitely had the lyric book open up while I was listening to the album.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to act like I could just hear everything that Stu was saying. But correct me if I'm wrong. Most of my sources said that Stu wrote all the songs on this album, which I found very interesting because that's not always the case.
Right. I believe he did. I haven't seen any that were written by anybody else. If that's I didn't see that.
If that's a thing, please correct us if we're wrong, GizzVerse. This is our shout out to the GizzVerse. If I'm mistaken, I'd love to know because I've seen just the Stu's written all of it, and I find that's crazy. That's crazy. This guy lyrically is producing at his top level right now. It's really good. It's really good stuff.
What is going on in that brain, man?
I don't know. He's like a savant. He's like a savant when it comes to music. It's very crazy. And I think the biggest, newest kind of thing in this album that I've noticed stylistically behind them, which honestly, this album does take a lot of changes stylistically. There's songs that are just like, wait, this is the same album? What's going on here? You have the hand drums going on in some songs. I would say the biggest change is the heavy synthesizers in this album, which I like. I like this album a lot because of
that.
it.
Yes.
It's cool. It sounds like a 1980s sci-fi movie at some parts.
yeah. Definitely keeping it groovy for sure. The synth is lovely in this.
I'm interested to know how it sounds live because it's got to be slamming. Ambrose has got to be jamming on that thing if he is playing it. I don't really know because I haven't seen it live yet. But some of the songs I'd love to hear the synth on, and I am really excited about it. While we're talking about the songs, let's go ahead and start breaking each song down, Brian, in this episode's song breakdown. That
was good,
The first song, thanks, bro. The first song on the album is, I would say, your favorite song on the album. Am I saying that too? Is that too much? Is that too much, bro?
You might be jumping the gun on that, but I don't know if I've ever said that to you, but...
Okay,
I think you're right. That's the funny part. I don't know. I'm just complaining at this point.
You didn't say it to me. The only reason is because it's the song that I got the most text about, and usually the one that you send me the most text about tends to be the one you're interested in the most. And you seem to be kind of curious about the lyrics, the content, maybe where they're going, where they're coming from, and you were taking it to places that I didn't even think of. And I read these lyrics like a crazy person.
Like a crazy person, yeah. You and me both, my man. Maybe just different forms of crazy while we were reading, perhaps.
Right.
Yeah, Crumbling Castle is a standout tune for me, for sure. They've been, as you've heard, they've been kind of like flirting with this track for quite some time now, probably over a year now, I would say. They'd be kind of playing it at live shows from time to time, kind of stretching it out. A few months ago, there was a leaked version of just an instrumental to that. And if you've heard that compared to what it sounds on the actual album, it's so clean. You could tell Stu nerded out on this so heavy, so heavy. It just sounds so. Cause I feel like there was a little frustration for it being leaked, which I totally understand, man. I mean, we're spoiled fans. We get 5 albums this year. Like we don't need to be leaking stuff from King Gizzard, I don't think. But
and one of them was absolutely for free.
Yes, exactly. This album is for free. Yeah. The Crumbling Castles lyrically it just seems heavy duty, and I think I don't know. There's more to that tale, I believe. So a line that definitely stands out to me off rip is the castle is a pimple on the face of the world, a humble spot for clues to drop if you eavesdrop. Now I read that 836 times just to see what's going on there. To me, it kind of falls back on like the religion aspect. Like is Stu saying that religion is the crumbling castle in society? And if it is, that analogy is insane, dude. That's next level stuff, which never surprising from King Giz, of course. So that definitely intrigued me off rip, and thinking that this castle has got to be the castle from the cover of "I'm in Your Mind" Fuzz. So was this, you know what I mean? So is this just coming around full circle? So that makes me think of all the songs of "I'm in Your Mind" Fuzz. It makes me think off rip like "I'm in Your Mind." Everybody's lazy when they're tired because everybody's sucking on fluoride. Okay, what does that mean? And fluoride that's meant to lowers. It's been proven to lower human IQ, things like that. Is that a shot at religion also? You know what I mean? Is that? I don't know. I have so many thoughts, man. Maybe too many on this.
No, those are interesting perspectives, I think, to have. And, sometimes on first rip, you read a lyric and you might not look into it that deep, but
Right.
that's some high-level analysis stuff. And you mentioned to me that Stu kind of grew up in a religious family, so that it does kind of make sense that he would be referencing it because, based on his other songs, I wouldn't
Right.
say that Stu's much of a religious person.
Nah, not even.
Right.
Yeah, so that's quite intriguing for sure. And of course, this is a Giz fan theory here. Also, friends, please feel free to comment on this. Let us know your side on this. What are you thinking? Because that's definitely what I'm seeing there.
Let us know if Brian's wrong, please.
Yeah, I could be
Please,
super dead wrong, and that'll be great.
This guy's always right, and I'm sick of it. Okay, I prove Brian wrong, please. But give us your opinion. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
That's cool because that's really interesting. And you mentioned some of that to me, but some of it I never heard before. That's really interesting. I like the tempo of Castles. I like how it picks up and goes down. It takes you to different places. It starts off low and gets you going, and ends kind of epically. It is
Heavy.
a standalone. It is a standalone song, which is interesting because the rest of the album, I would say, from Polygondwanaland all the way to Fourth Color, it is more of a cohesive album than the Castles. Crumbling Castle stands by itself. Everything else blends together like Nonagon Infinity blended together. And
For sure.
right after Castles is the Polygondwanaland, like I just mentioned, which kind of calms you down from Castles because Crumbling Castles, it's so driven and gets you pumped and going. And this song more kind of floats you in, and you feel like Gizzard is kind of bringing you on into Polygondwanaland.
Well,
it's a place.
Yes, and I think you're exactly right. It really, I don't know, it's very theatric. This whole album is, it starts
Totally.
The opening scene, aka Crumbling Castles. It starts heavy. Like you're, whoa, this is amazing, and then the end, it's like trying to freak you out, kind of, and then
Right.
and then you're getting to Polygondwanaland, and that's like, oh,
Right.
this is cool. I like this. Whoa, hey, we're here.
And Crumbling Castles, it's funny that you mentioned that it is kind of like an orchestra. It is much of a, like, you're going to see like a live theatrical performance,
Right.
almost. And the way that they even do their music is kind of orchestra-like with the amount of members and with all the thought process that goes into tempo and emotion changes. It's quite brilliant, in my opinion.
Agreed.
So for them, for the next kind of 3 songs in a row, to take you to Polygondwanaland, the Castle in the Air, is a great song. I would say that's more of a transformative song, taking you to Deserted Dunes, Welcome Weary Feet, which is, fantastic. That's where the heavy synth kind of kicks in.
So
It's
fun.
literally welcoming you as a weary traveler. I am what you seek. It is welcoming you into the Polygondwanaland,
Yes, dude.
which is great. You can feel and see it when you close your eyes. You put some headphones on. You can feel where they're talking about and who you're even talking to, as Stu kind of describes this tale. For the next 3 songs, though, it does take us into this kind of synth-matic psych rock world, which is unique to King Gizzard, which I'm excited about because each album that they put out this year takes giant risks. With Microtonal, they did all the microtonal, with Microtonal Flying Banana, rather, they did all the microtonal tuning.
Right.
Say that 5 times
Next
fast.
level stuff.
Murder of the Universe, they did this kind of narrative rock, psych rock stuff, which, some people were excited about. And Sketches, they did a collaboration album, which they've never done before. So each album, they've taken giant leaps this year. And this one, it definitely keeps that rhythm going. For Weary Feet to kind of blend into Inner Cell is beautiful, which also has amazing synth on it. It's not too heavy. The bass line is sick.
Oh, so
my
groovy,
gosh.
man. Woo.
And the lyrics are great, which lyrically speaking and also musically speaking leads to my favorite song of the album, which is Loyalty. Great song, man.
Yes,
Great song. From the perspective of kind of ironically going back to what you were talking about, the religious thing. When I heard the song, I got a religious feeling from it. Not in like a, oh, God is great. Not like that kind of. It's not like Christian rock type thing. But
No, the opposite,
it it seems that Stu is speaking from the mind of, or not the mind, the perspective of a god or an ominous figure.
Right.
And I mean, you could see it right in the first verse. I see all there is and has ever been. I am not a man, I am everything. Picture of purity. Like right away, you get this feeling of, all right, this guy's not human. He tells you right off rip, you know? This guy is an ominent, and he uses words like diathic rain, which kind of, it has a couple different meanings, but I had to look it up because I'm not smart. But it basically, like a holy rain. He has like a holy rain ordained onto me, prehistoric God. So this is he's a God that's prehistoric to the Christian God that we know today. That's what I'm pulling from it, which I found super, super cool. This whole song is just, I think, absolutely interesting, because you don't normally, us being humans, we always look at, you know, the omnipresent force out there, whatever, as, you know, we always looking at it from our perspective. Well, this song takes it from his perspective and repeats the lines, where's the loyalty? Where's their loyalty? Where's loyalty? Where's their loyalty? And for him to be in the song describing this God figure of you know, almost jealousy that they won't pay attention. They're not giving me the respect I deserve. I'll murder their families. And he says that in the song, and I find that so
I will not surrender if I'm backed into a corner. Like, nah.
I am Lord, fear my wrath. This is a test. I am Lord, I am death. Oh, man. Like, to put that in a song is just so crazy.
Heavy duty.
It is heavy duty.
It definitely comes off as like the final plea from the, if you will, castle. You know what I mean? From the crown. You know, it's like that, like followed by fear kind of thing, which for whatever reasons always tangled into religion and whatnot. Yeah, they're definitely getting that message across. Pretty heavy duty in the song.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It is my favorite song on the album, and I think the build up to it and the flow right into Horology is great, which also has a perfect bass rip on it. I love everything that they're doing. I love the tempo. I love the speed. It kind of picks you back up. Loyalty is more of a driving force and kind of an eerie sounding force too. And Horology kind of gets rid of that, and it wipes the slate clean and gives you a little energy. And it takes you to one of my other favorite songs in the album, Tetrachromacy, which I again had to look up the meaning of that word.
You and me both, brother. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, I was going to ask you. I didn't know if you had to look it up either.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know what it meant, but I tried describing it to my fiance this morning, the wonderful Allison. I tried to just a little bit described. I'm going to try to do the same to you guys. I'm not scientific, and I'm kind of a moron. So this is, what I found was that it's like when we, like our cones are only able to perceive certain rays of light, and there's a whole bunch of other rays of light that we can't perceive, like heat rays and UV lights and that kind of stuff. And tetrachromacy is God, I'm stupid. Tetrachromacy is the ability to see those other types of hues and other types of rays in light. So that's where you get the kind of call to the fourth color. And when they're talking about the color below blue, which I thought was, or under blue is what he says, sorry.
Right.
The color under blue, which is such a cool line. The guitar part is killer on that song. The chorus
jamming.
is absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And I mean, besides having to look up the meaning, I love the song. It was back and forth great and leads into a very interesting song, which is Searching. Probably the trippiest song on the album. It's the hand drums are already kind of groovy. I love the percussion. I'm a drummer, so I definitely appreciate the percussion on that song. On the whole album, the whole album's kind of confusing.
The whole album's really doing
with percussion. There's some stuff I'm confident they couldn't do if they just had one drummer, which makes the band who they are. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. It's very complicated stuff that they're doing on the percussion. It's very, very cool, especially on Searching. And lyrically, I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? Dude.
They're going in on this one, man. This is good. Yeah,
oh, my
it's awesome,
God.
Man.
My body is not a temple. It is a vessel.
Baby.
right off the bat, they are letting you know where they're standing on this. Oh, man, such a good song. Such a good song. And it is a perfect way to kind of intro the introduction of the fourth color. And that kind of searching ends on this trippy, eerie, vibey thing.
Ooh.
You know, it's almost like voodoo. Almost like the song Voodoo by Godsmack. Voodoo, somewhere in that ballpark, you know, this kind of trippy, that kind of thing.
That sounded
leads
good,
you
man.
right. Thanks, bro. I've been practicing.
Yeah,
so
you have.
It leads us into, I would say, you know, again, one of the top 3 songs on the album for me, and I love the whole thing, which is Fourth Color. It brings us right back up to speed with great kind of a light feeling. It's
So
great,
fun.
man. I love it.
So fun.
So fun, dude. And it brings you back. It brings you back all the way to the front, which is very Nonagon Infinity. It brings you back to that Crumbling Castles riff and lets you know heavy, hard hitting at the end. It lets you go with that. That's nice. I liked it.
So the first time, and this is a little side note, because it just had me jamming so hard the other day in the car. I was listening to Polygondwanaland on Spotify, and after the fourth color played, right after that, it transitioned into Robot Stop, and I was screaming in my car. It was so good. What a beautiful little ditty that
Transition.
was. Oh, man,
Yeah,
it was
man,
amazing.
You can already hear, man, there's some songs on there, you can even hear the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. There's a couple parts in there where the bass will riff it, or the guitar, like the third rhythm guitar will riff that a little bit. You know, Cookie will be in the back. But, dude, you can definitely hear how this will blend with their live stuff, 100%.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Oh, it will.
After kind of discussing the album, I do want to say this. I want to get on my high horse. Can I get on my high horse, Brian? Is
Jump
it okay
on,
if I get
brother.
on my high horse for a second? Is it okay? I'm gonna get up here. All right, that was clip clapping, but I don't think that works. Clip clap, clip clap, clip clap. All right, that worked. Okay. Yeah, that's how they sound. I'm going to get up on my high horse real quick, guys, because I'm not shitting on you guys. You guys are the ones that are listening to this podcast, and I really, really appreciate all your support. But I am going to say that when this album first came out, I was very, very shocked, ashamed, and surprised at people's behavior towards it. This album was 100% for free. And I got one question for you. Where's the loyalty?
Ooh.
Where is their loyalty?
Call back, get it?
Dude, you get it? You see what I'm doing there? It's a song in the album. And I'm saying, where's your loyalty, Giz fans? Guys, this was a great album, thick and through. Yeah, it wasn't the hardest, most rockinest album that there is, but dude, this is a great album. And lyrically, I don't think you gave it a shot if you're saying that it's not a good album. Lyrically, it's one of the best albums I've ever heard. It's a great standalone. There's songs you can just listen to other than Castles completely by itself, and it still makes sense. I think it's a good album. I really do. They got me to see the fourth color. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know why people hated. I was looking on fan pages on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and people were just giving them crap-a-crew, and I felt embarrassed. I was like, man, I hope they don't read this. I hope the Giz band stays away from this hateful place.
Evil monsters, man.
If you like the album, and good for you. If you hated it, well, you know, like my mom said, if you don't have anything nice to say, then
go kill yourself.
Just
you know what I mean?
Shut up. Yeah.
It's like Mama always used to say.
Go kill yourself. That's nice. So yeah, all right. I'm getting off my high horse now. I'll get off. I'm off. Cool. What about the artwork?
Let's talk about the artwork, man. Yeah, there's like many King Gizzard albums, there's a lot going on there. Shouts out Jason Galea, always making these masterpieces and gracing us with them. I love him.
Has he made all of the album covers or just from Mind Fuzz on?
I think I don't. It's like I don't want to say all of them, but I know a very substantial amount. If anyone knows the exact answer to that, also holler at us.
Yeah,
educate
if you guys
these fans
know,
a little
please,
more. For
please
sure.
let us know. Yeah, so that way we know more, and we're not, professing dumbness. But I know he made from Mind Fuzz on at least.
Yeah, paper mache, all that good stuff.
Paper
yeah.
mache. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I mean, what did you think? I loved the artwork. I loved all the intricacies to it. I've been staring at it quite a bit. I love how it kind of flows all into one another. What was your take on it?
Well, I'm still. It's funny. Like I feel like every time I look at it, I find something new. It's like it depicts every track on the album just in like subtle little weird ways. And so yeah, I'm picking up something new I looked at it 400 times before we got on today, and I'm like, man, I didn't notice that before. And like you'll see some lyrics sprinkled around there also. The art, I like the colors of the art because it really goes back to those like to the fourth color, the red, the greens, blue, yellow. So that's on point. Again, no surprise from Jason Galea there. But yeah, I'm still mesmerized by it. I'm looking at it as we speak.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm pretty mesmerized by it too. The red, I like the distinct colors in it. The choice of just almost like pastels. It was meant to like stand out, not bleed in. You look at Mind Fuzz, which is hands down my favorite album cover of theirs. And that one, I mean, it's subtle. It looks like dark, grim. It almost looks like a painting of it in and of itself. It's so, grimace. I love it. But this one, it pops out at you. It's detailed. Each, like you said, it shouts out in particular details to the songs. Even it's really quite fascinating how much time and effort clearly he took into listening to the songs and then turning around and making that depiction with art. It's really cool.
And then like in the background, because it does have those bright, like vibrant colors, but the background has that Murder of the Universe vibe, where it's like dark, kind of gloomy looking. Which I do believe Murder of the Universe in this album will go hand in hand. And I think that'll be that will be seen more in the future. We'll get more of a glimpse of that. But I mean, Hantayumi says in Murder of the Universe, what is it? He says a line about it. He's castles crumble in landslides, and I munch the rubble. It tastes good, So it's like, yeah. So what's going on there? Again, chat to us about it. What do you think about that? I have my theories. We'll talk about that in a future Murder of the Universe episode, I'm sure.
Yeah, but definitely send us what you guys think so we can talk about it in that episode as well. Man, that was heavy. That was heavy, Brian. And I a lot. I'm gonna be honest. In the last like 20 minutes that we just talked, we said a lot of positive things about this album, but it's not a perfect album. What are some things that you didn't like about it?
Let's see. Off rip, and this was off rip. You should never judge an album by necessarily the first time you hear it. But I didn't hear. Besides, I had already heard "Crumbling Castles," but aside from that, I didn't.
You've heard it. You've heard it a bunch since then. But you're just talking about the very first time that you heard this album.
Exactly.
This is what you thought. Okay.
Exactly. There wasn't a lot of those like standout tracks. Like I didn't hear the ones that, for example, if you hear "Flying Microtonal Banana," you hear "Sleep Drifter." Whoa, bam, "Rattlesnake," of course. Nuclear Fusion, it's like really stands out at you. With these, they're almost so coherent that it just seems like you have to listen to the entire album in its entirety. Like there's it didn't seem like there was, I'm just gonna go to track 6. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like a whole lot of that. Now I've heard it a few more times. I'm kind of venturing from that thought process on it. But and of course it doesn't have the same super heavy jams. I mean, I know how you get down. We like them both. Robot Stop, Gamma Knife, those kind of songs that just get you out of your seat. You're jumping around like a freaking maniac. Those are the ones I tend to like the most. But then again, the more chill songs, so to speak. Usually with King Gizzard, those chill songs have the heaviest meanings. I mean, Paper Mache Dream Balloon. Those songs sound like, oh, this is the happiest thing ever. Start getting down to the lyrics, like, whoa, okay, there's a tale in there. This album is chock full of that. So I guess it doesn't have a whole lot of that get you out of the seat going insane. But in the last week or so when I've been listening to it, I've been getting out of my seat and going insane. So, boom, there's that.
You kind kind of switched your role on that a little bit, huh?
A little bit. And we talked about it day one when it came out. I was aware. My opinion would change in time. And yeah, I'm kind of on that level, but yes, I'm ready for the next one already.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on that tip too, man. I'm still enjoying. I'm still enjoying Polygon. I've been jamming to it quite a bit, even in preparation to this podcast, so I can just kind of get versed in it. No pun intended, but I've been going down lyrically. The things that I didn't enjoy about it, specifically, were that I couldn't really jam too hard to most of the songs. Kind of what you were saying in the sense of rockiness. It wasn't popping off for me. Right. It wasn't going as heavy. You did mention Nonagon, some of the songs on Nonagon Infinity, and those are definitely more of a heavier album that gets you going off your seat. And I agree. Crumbling Castle is probably the only song on here where you can really jam and get. I could see me going buck in the mosh pit.
Oh yeah, losing it
over that song, right? But Loyalty, probably not. That's more of I'm just jamming, kind of bopping my head a little bit or whatever. But I can't really see me losing my mind over that physically live. But mentally, yes, it is a very stimulating song. The album is very stimulating mentally, but it is less heavier. And some of the things that I like about King Gizzard is they're so heavy. And I thought, man, the direction that they were headed, aside from Sketches, was a very heavy place.
Yeah.
It's been a soft build, but it's still building. And the Murder of the Universe showed us what they're capable of as far as heavy goes. They're really able to accomplish just going almost, I'm not going to say metal, but like a psych metal punk rock avenue, where it's just like Alter Beast, Alter Me, all that stuff is incredible. And this is a completely different direction. And
different vibe.
It's not the thing that I disliked about it the most, I said that wrong, but whatever. It's not the thing that I don't hate the album by any means, but it is the thing that I disliked about it the most, I would say. That's what I meant to say.
Well, yeah, we're just trying to be, we're, as you know this by now, I hope, we're just King Gizzard nerds, man. Like, we're trying to have an objective opinion at this point. We can't have everybody say, oh my God, I love this one more than the next. Oh wait, no, I love this one more now. We can do that all day, but we'll try to stay away from that as much as possible.
We're gonna give a fair analysis, but this is also a fan podcast, so believe it or not, we're fans of King Gizzard, and we're probably not going to come out and shit all over everything. Excuse my language out there. Not. I said the S word. The S word, Brian. So I can honestly, like I said before, I can already hear the songs that they're going to be blending in live. You can hear, like you brought up that Nonagon came on Spotify right after that, and you could just hear it. You can hear it coming, and it's glorious. And the new YouTube video that dude put out with, I can't say the name; it's super complicated, but the Nonagon,
mashup of
the giant mashup of all their songs, or not all their songs, but a lot of their songs in a 2-hour mashup of King Giz. That's super cool. That's
fun.
Super cool.
Two glorious hours that
I play. Wait.
I play a lot at work and just driving my coworkers and and patrons insane, but it's okay. They need to be educated. It's fine.
I can't wait to watch the movie that comes out.
Oh man,
what do they get? How are they making that movie with all the music videos back to back? It's gonna be nuts, man. It's gonna be nuts.
It'll be nuts. We'll have to have a nice little gathering for that and really soak into that for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I do think we should talk about what I'm most jealous of lately, which is all the folks over in Australia enjoying GizzFest right now.
Eat it up, guys. Have a blast, man.
Eat it up. It sounds amazing, looks amazing. The videos are incredible. All the posts have been that they're killing it over there. They're destroying faces.
Surprise.
Seen some hero stories, some people losing some glasses. Somebody lost an iPhone. They tracked that down.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
somebody's mom drove all the way to I think Melbourne to give her son tickets that he left. It was like a 6-hour drive or something like that from their house, and their mom came and dropped out the tickets. So I've been keeping it as updated as possible, and it looks like a blast, man. It looks like a blast. I'm really jealous that we couldn't have gotten out there this year, but hopefully next year, maybe by this time, we can get this get the GizzFest. I don't know what you'd call it, deduction plate, or I don't know. Get people. I don't know. We need to figure it out. Get over there somehow or another. We'll swim if we have to.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that'll be fun.
We need to see that set of shows, man. There's a lot of bands over there that are making me super jealous.
Super jealous, and if we do get there next year, if there's anybody with a free couch, we can share them. A couple handsome, handsome young gentlemen, we'll
right off the bat
off rip,
asking
guys,
people
right?
for favors. I love it.
Off rip, man. Listen, we got to keep it real.
Don't know people. We're just gonna ask them for favors. That's good.
Listen, if you're part of the GizzVerse, we're all one, man. It doesn't matter. Like
we're all one.
It's
bro.
fine.
We're all one, bro.
Your couch is one universal couch. It's fine.
GizzFest, I will say, is surprising the reports to hear that they're not playing sketches, even though Alex from Mild High is present. I think the whole band's there, but yeah, I mean, you had a theory that I guess we'll talk about more so in the next episode. About why they're not playing together. It could be because maybe other band members might not be, too pleased with Alex's recent compilation album.
I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, either. There's a lot of people. If you think about King Gizzard and Mild High, like
a lot.
It's like how many people are on stage performing those songs. Is somebody being left out? So we talking about 3 drummers at this point, like.
They just need Alex, man. They just need Alex. They don't need the whole band, and I think that's the problem and partial to it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know if we're being too cynical here, but I got a feeling that it has something to do with that more than anything else. People maybe maybe this is some fan nerd stuff that we're looking too far into, but. You got a story that we'll talk about next. We'll give him a little tease. Give a little tease to the audience. We'll talk about next time when we do the next album breakdown. When we talk about sketches, we are going to go over that album next. We're going to go back in ascending order. Ascending? Descending.
There we go.
Order.
Boom. Nailed it.
God, I'm stupid. Before we get out of here, though. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? Anything maybe that we didn't mention, Brian? Anything that you want to bring up? Anything thing?
I think this kind of did it, man. We reviewed a great album. We gave our little input, how much we loved it. This is it, man. I'm excited about the next one already.
I'm pretty excited about the next one. We are going to talk about sketches, and if you guys want to follow the podcast, please, you can go on our YouTube, the GizzVerse podcast. You can find our channel there. We'll be putting new videos. Also, we'll be releasing sketches and stuff like that, no pun intended, of little stuff to help promote it. Also, you guys can check us out on iTunes, GizzFest. You guys can also download it on SoundCloud. Check us out there. We also have a website, TommyO'Neill.com/The GizzVerse Podcast.
Ow.
So on all those formats, you guys can get updated. We also have blogs on the website, so you guys can go straight to the website and talk smack right on the website and give us you guys' opinions straight from that link. We'll be dropping these links in all the fan forums and try to get you guys' input on the podcast as best that we can.
Please chat with us. Let's chit chat. We're gonna do. I don't know if we talked about this. We want to do like expert reviews. The expert being you guys. We want to see what you guys say about King Gizzard, and we'll shout you out here on the podcast, man. Let's have dialogue.
If you guys post something on the blog. We will try to get to it. Like I said, we want to have a section where we're just reading people's listeners' blog posts, fan mail, whatever you want to call it, on the podcast directly. So you guys will be interacting as much as humanly possible with us, and then you guys can comment on that, and then that, and then that, and it goes around in circle. And Nanaga opens the door. Nanaga open the door. Nanaga open the door. So again, this episode was brought to you by the lovely, lovely man that painted our whole entire theme for this podcast, the GizzVerse podcast. He created it. His name's Mikey, and I can't pronounce his last name.
Yes, shout him out. Instagram, Mikey Bear McGrath, all one on Instagram, Facebook, Michael McGrath. If you want to buy some of his beautiful, wonderful art, support this dude. He's next level. And hopefully we get some more stuff in the future and just
So
keep
Brian,
this GizzVerse
Brian, where
rocking.
do you go to actually buy his paintings?
If you go to these avenues, you will see, you will see all his lovely creations and stuff, and shoot the man a
on
message.
Instagram.
Yeah, on
You
Instagram.
just do it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Dude, technology.
Next level,
Okay.
bruh.
Michael Bear McGrath.
Mikey Bear McGrath on Instagram.
Mikey Bear McGrath.
Yes.
Mikey Bear McGrath. Okay, we'll be sure to spell that out correctly on the link so you guys can just check it out and we don't mess it up. Also, we do want to give a great, big, loving thank you and shout out to Orlando Studios for hosting half of the podcast today at their studio over there in Orlando, Florida. You guys have been a great help for helping us put this podcast out to the people, the folks, the GizzVerse, and thank you guys, more importantly, everybody listening to this for contributing your part, which is just your ears. That's all we ask.
That's all we ask.
Later
Just
on,
give us some ears.
We'll ask for your money later on. It's not happening right now. Right now, we're just trying to trick you guys into liking us enough so where later on down the road, we can take your money. So thank you guys so much for listening. I really, really appreciate it. My name's Tommy O'Neill.
I am Brian Syndrome.
You guys take care and live free or die hard in the GizzVerse.
Oh, heavy, man. Yeah, do that. We love you guys. Bye-bye.